What is going on, guys? We are back on another video today, and we're doing another career simulation on Madden 22, and today it is of Darren McFadden, one of my favorite players, at least in Madden history. He was never really, like, super highly rated in the game. Might have been, like, high 80s, maybe even the low 90s one or two times. But, of course, because of injury, never really got to fully live out his potential. Still an okay career, considering the amount of times he was injured, considering constantly giving it a go, constantly coming back and trying. Obvious college football legend, and just the combination of the speed, the willingness to lay the boom, the elusiveness. I mean, he was just so much fun to watch, and it would have been so awesome to see him actually healthy throughout his career, and it never happened. He was just constantly injured. I recommend going and looking up some Darren McFadden highlights, if you will. I know almost any player in the history of the sport, you can find pretty good highlights, but some of his highlights, when you look at the speed comparison, it's just crazy. And there's a lot of players in there that, like, you just see him burning, like Antonio Cromartie on the Jets, Danielle Manning of the Texans, and just burning players that are so fast in their own right. And it's just crazy, laying the boom, like I said, just trucking people over, stiff-arming, cutting, spin moves, catching, throwing. I mean, the guy was, he was a special player. Just once again, the injuries, they ultimately, he couldn't beat him. He just couldn't beat the injuries. Obviously, he came back with Dallas and had a really insane year. And then, of course, injured again. And it's just the way his career went. Probably not going to see much from this, but Darren McFadden, A break tackle. Of course, we'll see the college, the speed and all that in a little bit. Trucking, A, B short route, A kick return, A break tackle. Not a whole lot going. We'll probably should have waited for the pro day and all that anyways, but the Raiders may be in play for him, perhaps. Probably not, though. But let's go on, see who wins the Super Bowl just for the hell of it. 4-12 Chargers, and this is an updated rosters with Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Joseph Day. It's like all the guys that, were added to the Chargers, and they suck still, which I don't even know what to tell you. Russell Wilson on the Broncos. It's just the same teams are always good in the game, I guess. But let's go to the draft, and then before the draft, I want to see, kind of the 40 time and all that based on the ratings we gave him. And I feel like they're pretty fair ratings. I think he was actually rated higher than I gave him, but I was like, you know what? As a rookie, make him a little bit slower, just a tad bit. All right, so let's see it. Let us see it. Running back, Mr. Darren McFadden, of course, round 1. Should be top 5 because that's where I put him. Where are the speeds? A 4.28. They have him even faster than I had him, technically, in real life. 30 bench press reps, 38.4 vertical, 10.6 broad, 6.65 3-cone, and a 4.06 20-yard shuttle. The NFL Combine one is a little bit more paced, in my opinion, very realistic to real life as well. So maybe the Pro Day is a little bit of an iffy one to actually believe, because just based on, kind of the speed I gave him, I don't think he ran a 4.28 or would have ran a 4.28. So, I mean, got to be a little bit careful with that in the classes going forward, I suppose. But let's go to the draft once again. We don't have to wait too long, hopefully, as he was pick 4 overall, which there is a chance that he does go back to the Raiders. Let's see, the Eagles kind of need a running back. Not really, though. The Raiders don't really need one either, but these guys, I thought maybe the Jets would have taken them. These guys, kind of just go when they go. The Chargers could steal them. They don't. The Bills definitely need them. I'm glad they didn't take them. I'm seeing too many Bills re-sims. Could go back to the Raiders, and he doesn't. The Saints don't need him. The Lions may be looking for a back. Darren McFadden to the Bengals, huh? Once again, not a whole lot of teams really need a true running back. I'm kind of thinking I look at who the Broncos draft and trade them to the Broncos. The Broncos isn't even a running back, but at least in Madden concerns, kind of. That's the only thing that does kind of suck about this, is that running back is a dime a dozen. It's very, very easy to get a decent one. Right end, I mean, I suppose the Bengals could kind of use another pass rusher. I mean, who couldn't, technically, but yeah, I mean, I don't really know who else is at that kind of level that's decent that needs a running. I mean, really just the Jets would have been a better choice. Pick 2 overall. I get why they didn't go for a running back, but they probably should have. Before we decide what to do, because once again, I mean, Joe Mixon is there. Why would they take another running back, especially in the top 10? I know it makes him very tough to stop, but this is the ratings I gave him. 95 speed, 97 excel, 91 agility, 85 trucking, 78 stiff arms, 83 juke move, 80 spin move, change of direction, 91 strength, 85 ball carrier vision and carrying and awareness. That's all kind of just trying to lower him a little bit, just so he's not like an 85, 90 out the gate. Of course, injury and toughness. Stamina should probably be lower because he would kind of get gassed because, I mean, he's a burner, obviously. Decent in the receiving abilities. I did give him some decent passing abilities as well, but that's kind of irrelevant. Also, he is only star development trait, but that's okay because he's a running back. They're not the toughest players to develop. Darren McFadden as the non-true workhorse at top 10 pick just doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to look for a team that actually needs a running back. Not that there's going to be many of them. Seattle could be in the market. They need, kind of need power backs. The Texans, and they're just like not a good team. Melvin goes to the Bears, which is interesting. But like, why would you do this? Like the Bills made a lot of sense. Once again, the Broncos don't really need one, but I suppose more need than the Bengals. The Cardinals, the Chargers, I thought maybe had a chance because Eckler is kind of a weird running back. I feel like he's like more of a receiver than anything. Do we go over to Miami? Do we give him to Miami? I mean, it would be definitely their best playmaker in a while for a running back. I feel like maybe they go with the old Wildcat. I don't know. I think we're gonna trade him to Miami, mix it up a little bit, and once again, the freaking Bengals don't need a freaking running back. Bruh, if it was 14 years and I had a legacy score of 42, just erase me from history. Nobody could match your football IQ. I feel like it's kind of like a shot. It's like, maybe that's a bad thing. It's really low. All right, this be the trade. Hey, those guys hitting or something? It's 2 players, in fairness. I don't really care about the 4th round pick. Just have it. We're going over there. I really don't care what anyone has to say about that, to be honest. But I do have, I do care what you have to say about other things. And let me know in the comment section what those other things are, what you're feeling like. Hey, maybe you really liked Darren McFadden. You're like, yay, he's doing a video on him. Zach Taylor is the okay. I don't know what's happening around here, but, let me know in the comment section below what player you want to see next. And while you're there, if you're new, maybe subscribe. Maybe leave a like if you're enjoying it so far. Or come back and leave a like if you're like, hey, that was actually pretty good. You can always unsubscribe later. You can always unlike later, which an unlike would be a dislike. Whoo, boy. The Miami Dolphins actually made a couple of moves in the offseason here. Once again, not completely realistic because, Odell coming here is probably unlikely. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to anything Miami-related and Odell-related. I feel like he just hasn't, had his chance yet. I don't know if anyone's, offer or whatever the situation is there. Of course, where the hell is Teddy? Teddy Bridgewater's not here, but 2 is still higher overall, has higher potential. This guy's a freak. Who is this? Bryce Booker. This guy should have been the guy that Darren McFadden was traded for, but oh well. What kind of defense is this? This is a strange one. Is it not supposed to be a 3-4? Is it because the Bengals showed up? Is that what the situation is? The Dolphins actually made the playoffs at 8-9. The Bills is just random teams that they suck. They do well. They do bad. And it's just strange. Darren McFadden was awful. 932 yards, 3.5 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns were great, but very bad performance when it comes to yards per carry. That's just awful. Don't know if it's the scheme, what's the story, the way he's built. Not sure, but not very good, obviously. Maybe still Rookie of the Year, though. As it doesn't take a whole lot, and he was Rookie of the Year, of course. He also got Rookie of the Year on defense as well. But let's see if they can maybe upset the Bengals, who actually drafted McFadden, and no, they cannot. That was super shocking. Who would have, who thought that was going to happen? Oh, damn, Miami had number 1 overall. They go quarterback, who is hidden. Very slow. They literally just drafted what would appear to be a right-handed Tua. I kid you freaking not, dude. I actually kid you not. They literally just drafted right-handed Tua. The same kind of speed, maybe even a little bit slower. This wide receiver looks all right. A little bit slower. the same kind of throw power. That is just bad. Some of these other players, though, look halfway decent, actually. I mean, some pretty good overalls. Once again, not really sure why you go for a running back when you have one, but sure. Greg Winter, DT. I mean, some really high overalls, and decent players in general, but that quarterback is so dumb. All right, they probably shouldn't even have made it last year, but they are here at least. They're, I mean, not here, but you know what I mean. They're, realism has reached them. Of course, may have to change the scheme because Miami Dolphins scheme in Madden is pretty trash, and I don't imagine they're going to be able to really turn anything into anything with this playbook. It's like the running stats are kind of trash, the pass stats are extra trash. You're just not going to be able to do well with this scheme at all. Odell didn't really do well. Waddle did all right. Parker was okay, but yeah, nothing really special. Of course, McFadden did improve at least, but yeah, I mean, I can't imagine he would even made the Pro Bowl, let alone top of the running back list. So let us move to the Super Bowl. See if they can have another good draft because they had pick 1 overall. Wait, how did they have pick 1 overall? Didn't they just make the play? Wait, what? I'm so was it Houston's pick, maybe? I thought that would have been long gone by now. Honestly, Chiefs and Cowboys, we're sick of it. We've seen enough. We really don't care. We don't want to see it anymore. All right, draft recap. They go with a cornerback, and he is normal development traits. Decently fast. Jumping's okay. Catching's okay. Hair power's pretty good. 61 overall left tackle. I guess you can't win them all. 68 overall right tackle. Hidden. Okay. That's a good step. And normal development trait, center. Very good pass block, actually. DT 69 overall. Bates. That's an iffy draft for pick 9, I'll be honest. The new team. Well, I mean, I don't really know how new it is. Wooden's going to start because he's 6'5", 22 years old with star dev. He's the guy you want to throw to if you're in trouble. Offensive line it's okay. They need a new center, need a new left tackle. You can maybe argue the guards because, yeah, they're 79 overall, but Robert Hunt's 28 years old. He's not really even that good of a player anyways. Tua still has a chance. He can still develop. Booker was an X factor, or at least a superstar, one of the two. I mean, he's a good player. That's all I can tell you. He's absolutely insane. What's his speed and all that? Probably in the 90s, right? 89, 92. Jesus. What a freak. Number 90, though. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Ogba, not a bad player. I can see why they went corner, but definitely not a good one. Holland is already a superstar. How come I suck so much that I can't get him superstar in Dolphins Ranch? Nothing. Playoffs. Not in them. 5-12. Who would have thought? Who expected that? Not me, obviously. But let's take a look at the numbers. Anyways, Tua. Yikey numbers. Those are terrible. McFadden is getting better every year. Got 16 touchdowns on top of it. Wooden was pretty good. Waddle was decent. Okay receiving numbers for McFadden. Maybe in the top 7 or so. 32nd in yards. That is fantastic. Good job, team. McFadden, number 8. As I said, in the top 7. Literally one off. Yeah, thank you. Pick 4 overall, they go with a right end, C.J. Young, hidden development trait. Bit raw looking, spin move, bull rush. That's just unfortunate. You'd rather have a swim move, but fair enough. Let's take a look at his development traits. Not that it really matters too much to us. It's about our boy Darren McFadden. Wide receiver in the second round, pick 4. Literally the guy you already have. A little bit shorter, actually. This guy, though, Bryson Jones, super fast slot guy. Now that's in addition. But yeah, once again, kind of a bad draft. I mean, really, you're not happy with many of the picks. His safety's awful. I don't know what the hell you're going to do with him. Play him at linebacker? I mean, even then he's slow. See if they added any talent to the team outside of the draft, as this could very well be Darren McFadden's last year with the team. He'll be 25, and he's on a contract year right now. A rookie year is almost over. Defensively, they lost him at a linebacker. They added Ioannidis. Yeah, I mean, they really didn't add much. They got Stokes, who's at least young, I suppose. But, yeah, I mean, they didn't really do a whole lot in the offseason. Back to an okay record, but once again, another missed playoff season. Don't see our guy in the top 3. Nick Chubb killing it in yards. Tua's a little bit better. Rushing, way worse touchdowns. Yards per carry, I think, are off by 0.4 as well. Yards are okay. Receiving was actually decent, but there's once again no reason to take a look at anything because he's just not going to be even top 5, let alone the #1 winner of best running back. Another draft, a 70. Did they do it again? Did they just draft another? I don't even know if he's an X Factor or what he is, but did they just draft another god? What are these linebackers, dude? I don't know if it's just because this team values linebacker higher, so I don't know how that works, but a 79 overall linebacker after a 78. What are these players? 74 overall center. Oh, wow. Seeing a 74 overall center and seeing that he's normal is shocking. 73 overall DT, also normal, but I mean, that middle linebacker is insane. Plus, that DT is actually pretty decent. Cornerback, A.J. Marion, or Marion, whatever. Decent, but 23, he's... They're back. 3, 9, and 8 teams, and we're one of the ones that makes it to the playoffs. Darren McFadden, same scheme and everything. I put it on Dallas a year ago, and it's been good now, all of a sudden. Darren McFadden, 1693 for yards, 16 touchdowns. Pollard's killing it. Bryson Jones stole the show from Wooden, but as long as someone young is getting the ball, that's all that matters. I don't really care too much about the defense, but might as well take a look. It's been a while. And maybe finally, best running back award, which would, of course, in my opinion, technically count him as an all-pro. Joe Mixon, the team that actually, the running back from the team that actually drafted him. No, dude. Okay, the Jaguars at 13-4. Let's just call it a victory for them already. And wow, okay, I'm surprised we won because usually the Jags in these sims have won a lot of Super Bowls. And even though we beat the Jags, who are on a destiny run as of late, we lose the Broncos. Sweet. Of course, the Broncos are at least in the Super Bowl, so at least they took our spot that was obviously going to be ours and lose the Super Bowl with it anyways. Damn it. But of course, Darren McFadden should be a superstar now. It'd be kind of interesting to see what abilities he got. Something with Jukebox or something. Tua's also a superstar. 26 years old, 94 overall for Darren McFadden. What are those abilities? Matchup Nightmare is true. Do they not have like the Bulldozer one? Is it like the same? So Evasive with Bulldozer, that is broken. Also, he's wearing number 18, which is... Should be a little bit worse of a draft like round, but this guy looks insane. Dennis Thomas, pretty fast, got aggressive and possession. The only traits you actually need in the game. Run after the catch is just for idiots. I don't know why you would ever want to do that. Middle linebacker again, Damon Wilkins. How many do you need? Should we move to a 4-3? I don't understand. Of course, everyone else, maybe there's a sneaky player in there, but not really looking promising enough for me to click and waste our time with. 9 and 8, 9 and 8, 9 and 8. It's like all 9 and 8s. Of course, we also lose Darren McFadden in the top 3 list for running backs. Still a pretty good season, though. 14-42, 12 touchdowns, 4 point yards, 6 yards per carry. Worse than last year, a little up and down, whatnot. But, if your mom's watching the video, she's like, well, that looks familiar. Not just like a collective, joke mother. There's like a mother we can't see that just takes all of the brunt of all the mom jokes. Like, she just takes it, That's like last night. Pick 16, they go with a cornerback. Definitely a need, but once again, another normal dev guy. Really good zone, bad man coverage. Another wide receiver, unless they got rid of our big fella. I don't think they really needed that. Not a really good pick there. And it was so delayed that I, like a double-click B, basically. Just not a good draft. A lot of normals. 9 and 8, no playoffs. I mean, it's just we're locked in at 9 and 8. Darren McFadden, though. Number 3, I almost said Marin Dick Fadden, which would have been too much fun for me. 1,800 yards, 16 touchdowns. Over 2,000 total. That is gotta be... he was number 5 in general for MVP. What about actual, running? Was he the best running back over Jonathan? 3rd! Those numbers give him 3rd? How? There's no way, dude. Let's take a look. So for yards, oh my god. How, dude? Look at Najee. 6.2 yards per carry. Jonathan Taylor, 7 on almost 1,700 yards. This is insane, dude. Don't go to the AFC. It's too tough. Maybe still X Factor, though. Maybe. Let's see. I mean, it should be. Maybe. Wow. That good of a season doesn't get him an X Factor. I don't know if he would have regressed. He's 28 now. Maybe. No, but let's take a look at how good he is. So, that freaking speed, though. So 97 speed, 98 excel, 93 agility. The trucking and stiff arm has stayed the same, but he's obviously way more elusive now. As far as, like, what matters the most in this game, I probably would say that that's the best thing you should do is go for elusive, because we've done an experiment where it seems like elusive back gives more speed and excel and upgrades and whatnot, so makes sense, but would be nice to see them upgrade trucking and stiff arm a little bit, so maybe I'll try to turn off the auto upgrading and, you know, maybe upgrade him myself a little bit. Pick 15, they go with another quarterback, Marion Davis. It's just awful decision. I don't know if they got rid of Tua, but I can't imagine they would have been able to. They probably got him for another 5 years or so. Hidden development trait, but I mean, I really don't know what you're getting out of him. Unless he's like an X Factor or something. I mean, he's just basically a linebacker with that speed. He is a superstar, so he's good, but running back in the third, I mean, I know Darren's on a contract year again here, but I can't imagine you're going to let him go, and even if you do, was that guy really necessary? Probably not. Let's take a look at the roster for what could very well be Darren McFadden's last season as a Dolphin. We're not looking at anything. Gesicki, he's only an 82 overall. Wouldn't I'm surprised they actually paid. He's 27 now. I'm really surprised they paid him, especially not the other guy, right? This guy wasn't the guy. This is a different free agent, I believe. Or maybe it is. I don't remember the guy's name at all. Waddle, he's now 30 years old. Never got to X Factor. Kind of looking like that might be the case for Miami franchise as well. But offensive line, it's okay. They replaced Franklin. Maybe should have put him at left tackle, but I suppose their left tackle is a pretty good overall. 86, what is it called? 83 overall, though. Not as good as I thought, but either's Franklin, to be honest. But, all right, fair enough. Defense, anyone new? Safety, J.C. Horn, he can't be that young, 29, 30. Okay, he's 30, just about 30. Who is this? This guy should be starting, right? Oh, he's terrible. I thought he was really young. Baca, okay, interesting. Justin Baca. It's just not a really that good of a team. I mean, you got those two X Factor middle linebackers, and then Holland, and then the rest of the corners, the DBs. And, just the defense is just not good outside of those three names. Which I suppose is why you could see an 89 offense, 84 defense. I mean, I've seen worse do more, so who knows? Oh, we are in it. I saw the record, and I was like, oh, that's awful. But, yeah, it probably doesn't matter as the Ravens are going to beat us. But not terrible, I suppose. I'm not really sure. Maybe we got to change the scheme again. Darren's like, you know what? I'm winning this damn best running back award. If he doesn't, I swear, if he doesn't win it, he's not going to. He's actually not even top 1 or 2. He's going to be number 3, dude. Oh my, this is such a... I swear if he doesn't go up in dev, those touchdowns got to mean something to somebody. Usually to EA. The Ravens. Lost to the Ravens. Who would have thought? Darren's gone. If I was Darren, I'd be gone. But I don't know. Maybe the Dolphins are going to pay him a ton of money to stay. I'd be out of there, though. But the Bengals winning the Super Bowl potentially with the best running back in the league, Joe Mixon, and Joe Burrow. It happened. Yeah, they won. So let's take a look at our dev up. Come on, McFadden. Yeah, there you go. X Factor indeed. Any drop in overall? None because of the X Factor. Max security. I'd probably say first one free over Wrecking Ball, to be honest. So pick 19, 79 overall DT. They grabbed a hidden one. This guy looks really solid, actually. Usually these high overalls actually do seem to have X Factor for some reason, so I'm a little curious to see if he actually is decent or not with Dev. And no, he's only star this time, not like those middle linebackers. Alan Ford, hidden development trade center. That's pretty damn good, actually. Cornerback, Trevor Sasser. Got a couple of decent players in there. Pick 19 is not like the highest pick in the world. It's not the easiest pick to draft players from. And I knew something was up. Okay. I mean, I suppose if you were to look at all the ratings, they are very similar. But you cannot deny the fact that he is 1 speed higher, 7 speed excel higher, and 4 agility better. I mean, he is just the better player in general. I will say Jonathan Taylor's catching is insane. So we're going to go to the Colts, but we're going to be starting Darren McFadden. I'm sorry, but obviously Jonathan Taylor will be playing a lot of the roles for backup and all that. But let's take a look at the Colts draft now, because that's actually the team we're going to be following now. And just a quick glance over. Cornerback with Hidden, really good player there. 67 overall, that's a bad pick. 74 overall safety, another hidden development trait, decently fast. Doubt this guy may be hidden, but yeah, I mean, got a couple of starters, I would assume, on the defense. Colts aren't the greatest in DBs for some time, I can't imagine. Well, I mean, it's a decade later, but you still, it would still be a little iffy on him. I suppose he did hop ship at the right time. They're an 87 overall, whereas the Dolphins are dropped down to an 83. I mean, maybe he'll win something here. And this was the original coach we were when we were the freaking Raiders. Also, what the hell is this? Bradley Borden and Braden Bolden. What is this? Excuse me. And they're similar styles. This is am I even awake right now? I don't even know if I'm awake right now. Playoffs for Indianapolis. Let's take a look at the rushing numbers. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor would have taken some of the carries. Obviously, I don't even know why they... Wow, really... oh, yeah, Borden and Bolden, dude. I don't know why they would have went for Darren McFadden, but at least with Jonathan Taylor, I don't know if it's the scheme or what's the story, but 99 times out of 100, when you have a backup, no matter how good they are, it just seems like their yards per carry always sucks. It's like always under 4, but you can see here he actually outperformed McFadden in that category. More touchdowns by a lot, though, and more yards by a lot, obviously. But Darren McFadden obviously had one of his best years yet, just based on yards per carry, and obviously the touchdown. So we'll take a look, see what he maybe snuck in his name, and he did kind of. Number 3, that may have been his highest. I don't know if that's a Pro Bowl selection for him, but it very well could be. But ultimately, it's a playoff run with a team that isn't like crazy good, but it's better than a lot of other teams, so maybe good enough to win a Super Bowl. We'll see. And they lose to the freaking Broncos, dude. Oh my god, dude. Can he get a break? Put him in the Dolphins in the Super Bowl, it definitely wouldn't have gotten a break, but alright, fair enough. I don't think he would have regressed yet, or maybe he would. It'd be very small, because of course he's an X Factor, but oh, he did. Him and Taylor both kind of regressed by 2. Let's take a look. It's got to be a lot of speed, right? 2 speed, dude. That is harsh. Of course, that drops him to 95, which is where he was drafted for speed. Trucking's a little bit better. Juke spin must have went down a little bit. Stiff arm's a little bit better. Excel 99, 92 agility. Still really good, obviously. You'd love to have him, but yeah, that is still a pretty big drop. Nobody wants to lose speed, right? We're all trying to gain speed. We're not trying to lose it. So we're looking at their draft, a couple of 70s, like 4 70-plus overalls. Devontae Timmons, interesting. Bad catching, but everything else looks all right. Free safety Zeke Sherman, pretty fast. Okay hit power, giving me Malik Hooker vibes. And wow, wonder where he came up with that name from. A bunch of single-digit corners and DBs. Austin Cutler, not a bad-looking tight end. The Colts said Jonathan Taylor too old. Wait, was Bolden the one that was playing? I don't even know. I don't even care, dude. It couldn't have been. It must have been the other guy, because the season he had would have been good enough for star. But yeah, this offense isn't looking too great. You got a couple of pieces, some okay tackles, and a really good running back. But outside of that, maybe the tight end, you're not really looking at that great of a squad. But they made the postseason last year. Defense actually does look pretty good. Like, who is this guy? Larry Buckley, 29 years old. Very good. The sideburns, though. 87 overall, 24-year-old safety. They love Bolton and Borden and these names, dude. What's happening? Playoffs. And wow, okay, I was about to say I'm a little surprised. I didn't even think this team was going to make the playoffs, but this team's kind of balling out, and Darren McFadden has another really good year. Not as good as last year, but still really good. Obviously the numbers are pretty solid. The tight end did really well. May even go to X Factor. I don't think that's going to be enough for him to win best running back. There's just too many good running backs still. But let's see. He doesn't have to compete against, I was about to say number 2 now. Doesn't have to compete against Taylor in the same team. So the Dolphins grabbed him. That is kind of strange. It's kind of like a flip-flop situation. It's kind of pointless, in fairness, but yeah, I don't know why this team went for Darren, but hey, for Darren's sake, it's not a bad situation. The Ravens, and they win championship round, going against their division rival. They lose. Can we at least say that it wasn't Darren's fault, and then, we feel slightly better about it, or what's the story? 17-23, and Darren played he played pretty well. You can't really ask for too much more. It's all about the yards per carry. If your yards per carry is good and it wasn't all off of one run, it's really just the rest of the team. Then they either didn't run enough with you or the other guys around you were just not good enough. But this could be a situation where we see him gone again. So McFadden looked like he got another contract. 31 years old, drops a little bit more in speed and excel, but still very usable. 1 speed, 2 or 3 excel. Yeah, he's still really solid, obviously, and they're trying to give it another go. The team looks pretty decent, especially on defense, so I don't know what they're going to draft, but if they draft like QB or something, I don't know, something that can develop quickly on the offensive side of the ball, like a high-dev wide receiver or quarterback or lineman, might be enough. Might be enough to push him over the edge, in a good way, of course. And looking at this, I don't think they did that, but maybe with the guard, 6'6", 240. Holy crap, that's a big man. That's a sexy man if I've ever seen him. Clayton Dell, another lineman, not a bad choice, just no hidden. McCutcheon, decent, but once again, it's a running back. Don't really need one yet. McFadden lasts another 3 years minimum, I'd say, so you're kind of jumping the gun there, but okay. Another playoff year. The Colts are at least a pretty damn good team, or I would say it's the division being weak, but I can't say that because there's been 11-plus win team every single time besides us, so Bolden, it must have been Borden that was good because Bolden's not really that great for us. McFadden, drops down again in skill or season success, if you will. But still a chance is, once again, technically a better overall than the Texans. McFadden can carry, let's see. And he did win, or they did win. Once again, similar overall. The defense is built a little bit better here. I will say that, it's kind of the same way the Bengals are built. Let's see, though. It's all about that quarterback play, and yeah, we lose there. It might have been another, might have been the quarterback situation. Close game, at least, so, you didn't just get destroyed. Bolden played okay. McFadden did well enough. He got 3 touchdowns, and his yards per carry was 4.1. He just got beat. McFadden, the running back's a 2-team man, it seems. I don't know what this team needs, because I haven't paid attention each year, but I can definitely confidently say tight end was not the number 1 need. It was not a first-round need for this team. They end up with a DT that's a hidden. I just don't think many of these guys are going to be very, instant. Ooh, me arm strong. It sounds like I'm talking about my arm strength, but yeah, I don't think many of these guys are going to be, quick enough developers to actually see a difference while McFadden's here. And obviously, once McFadden's gone, y'all are irrelevant. We don't care about your team anymore. All right, so here's the squad. We'll also take a look at how far... Ooh, McFadden looked like he actually did regress pretty hard. Yeah, I don't understand why you went with a tight end, dude. It just don't make no sense. That's almost worse than the quarterback draftings. Not actually, but very close. Because at least at the quarterback drafting, maybe it's a best available pick situation. Nobody wanted to trade with you. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to grab the best guy then. And, if you want him, you're going to have to trade for him. I don't know. It's something rather than, going for a first-round tight end when he's going to be your third option. It makes sense in my mind that scenario is more realistic, right? But Darren McFadden, 32 years old now, still really fast, so might have just downgraded on some of the other things. Carrying, I suppose, makes you a worse running back if you lose carrying a lot. You lost 10 carrying, but still, if you got the speed and whatnot, just, go down early or whatever. But interesting. Why would they take 10 carrying from him? When you're in your 30s, your arm strength that bad that you can't carry the ball anymore? When you get older, it's usually your legs that are kind of the issue, right? And the Colts missed the playoffs. This looks like the beginning of the end, if you will. I don't know if McFadden would have had a bad year or not. And, it was definitely a down year, but it's not, really a bad year. Going to be time to look at his career stats and awards soon, I'll tell you that. But I can't really imagine he would have had too many crazy awards. He would have never won Best Running Back, maybe a couple of Pro Bowls, no Super Bowl, but a lot longer of a career, obviously. Just, once again, in real life, it just seems like he never had a healthy season, let alone, a full career, obviously. Looking at the draft, pick 11 was a wide receiver this time, Rodney Gandy. Interesting player. He's hidden development trade, better than the damn tight end. Small corner, decently fast, no jumping, good catch. Right tackle got to be hidden. Yeah. Anyone in the 70s is pretty much like 90% chance to be hidden. And, wide receiver could have been nice a couple of seasons ago, but sure, yeah, now when McFadden's like a 12 overall, cool. Yeah, McFadden is, he's not looking too good. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's on his last legs here, if you will. He's 33 years old now. I almost said pick 35. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Didn't really regress that hard, though, right? Like, what did he actually lose? Like, this is not even nearly as bad as, like, the year before. He lost, like, 10 freaking carrying. Obviously, change of direction, all that kind of sucks. But, he's still really good, obviously. I'm not really sure why he regressed harder the year before, technically, than this year. But, hey, we'll take it. Keep him around a little bit longer. I know that overall did take a hit, but still, that's the kind of ratings that matter the most. He's still pretty solid. Hey, it's not pretty, but they're here. 9-8, they are here. I can't imagine McFadden's even barely holding on to a 1,000-yard season. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, not bad, actually. The receiving numbers I didn't look at, but it's always going to be kind of irrelevant unless you're in the Saints or the Panthers scheme. But this is a long shot, I'll be honest with you. But they win. Long shot or not, we're here. We're still here. We're still here. Please, one Super Bowl trip. No pomegranates. The Jags better win, and we're rivals saying that. They better freaking win, dude. And they do win. So we're technically like the second best team in the league. I'm just saying. But let's take a look at the regression, which I assume would have already happened, right? Oh my God, he's an 82 overall. In fairness, he dropping like 5 per year. I mean, he'll still be around another year, but just in case, I want to make sure we at least get a good eye on him. So 207 touchdowns, 18,000 yards, 0 fumbles. I'm not sure why they don't fumble more in Sim, but sure, I guess. 2,000 yards after contact, 650 broken tackles. As far as receiving goes, had a pretty good time of it there as well. Nearly 4,000 yards receiving, 30 touchdowns. Kind of a bit of a slow start in his career. Yards per carry was like, I think it was like 3.3, 3.5, and then like 3.9 or something like that. Pretty low numbers to start, and then kind of picked it up. But still, time maybe even to win a Super Bowl as a backup. Even if that's the case, it's still better than none, I guess. I actually don't know if McFadden just straight up retired because he's not on a team right now, and it's like the draft. And he's still a pretty good overall. Honestly, I would have expected him to still be on a team. He retired. He definitely had another year or two in him, right? He was an 82 overall. Wow. He called it a career. He said, you know what? All these trips to the playoffs, just barely missing the Super Bowl. I mean, it's enough heartbreak. I'm out. I actually am surprised. I thought he would have at least played another year. I'm glad I looked at the ratings now. I didn't get to see the damn awards, but based on what we've seen, he maybe would have had like 2 to 3 Pro Bowls. Once again, no best running back awards or anything like that. So a couple of Pro Bowls, no All-Pros technically. We consider best running back or whatever best as obviously Pro Bowl or All-Pro. But still a really good career. I mean, taking a look at what he had in real life, it was over like triple his real life rushing numbers. And once again, that's a guy that was pick 4 overall. Obviously, just, never really stayed healthy, like we said. Receiving yards, only about 1,000 more yards receiving, but as far as rushing goes, like I said, over triple touchdowns, way over. I mean, it's not even close. It was like, it would have been like 8x, almost 10x, just crazy numbers. But obviously a guy that would have been so much fun to watch if he stayed fully healthy throughout his career. And just couldn't, unfortunately. But, that's just the way the business goes. But still, he still lit it up a bit at times. Of course, he's done for now. I mean, if he was going to play, he would have continued after Dallas. But kind of, once again, injury issues again there. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, that's going to be it for our career resimulation of Darren McFadden. Let me know if you guys actually even knew who Darren McFadden was before this video. I'd say a lot of people did. It's not like he's some super gem, but yeah, he kind of was a guy that flew under the radar a bit, once again, because of longevity issues. And yeah, super fun to watch. Just, once again, wish he would have stayed healthy. And yeah, if there's any other players kind of similar to this, let me know in the comment section below that you'd like to see. I seen someone mention like a Brett Favre resim, which actually could be a decent one in fairness, so maybe we'll do something like that. There's some other current players I'd like to do career sims of and career resims of. But yeah, that's about it. Should be another video later today, depending on when. I'm assuming this is going to be uploaded later today, so should be another video later today, unless this is the second of the video. Either way, there should be 2 videos today. Long story short. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff. You don't want to miss out. I promise you don't. You really just don't. It's going to be just the worst thing ever. That's not like a threat. It's not a threat or you know, maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel Pkr Plays. Do a ton of, well, I wouldn't say a ton of, but we do non-Madden stuff, and I do enjoy uploading over there. It just, you know, can't really focus too much on it if, you know, there's not many people, you know, tuning in on that channel, but hey, we still upload. It's all that matters, right? Should be uploaded, you know, soon again. Maybe GTA, I'm not sure. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video,